on creating a realistic ribbon with a brad on it. We're going to start here. As you see, I've opened my palette. I just did an 8x4 for this tutorial. I have a paper and a brad opened, so I'm going to go up here to Insert, Shape, Square, and this I'm just going to use for this tutorial. I'm going to make a black background so you can see it better. There we go, and we're going to go to the paint bucket, fill it with black. There we go. Now we're going to start on our ribbon. Insert, Shape, Square, and I like my ribbons about 1/2 inch. If you don't have your ruler open, then dip. I'll show you how to do that at another time, but if you do, size it down to about 1/2 inch, and then we're going to stretch it out so that it's the length of a full ribbon. We're going to right click on it, change shape or line, line thickness, click none, and OK. Then we're going to fill it with this paper that's down here in my Files section. We're going to go to Effects, Fill with Texture or Color. We're going to choose the picture, and we're going to choose the paper. There we go. I'm going to shrink this down just a little bit and shrink the paper just to fit so I get a little bit better effect. There we go. And click Done. Now, as you can see, this is just a plain ribbon. We're going to add an art stroke to it. So we're going to go down here under our Common Tasks file, and then go to Art Stroke. Then we're going to do this a little backwards. We're going to leave it in front of the object down here at step number 4. Number 3, we're going to drag the width all the way to 1. Then we're going to click our color, which I want it white. And then we're going to select our stroke by clicking on this arrow right here. And I like the solid stroke the best, the solid line, so we're going to click on that. And there we go. Automatically, when you do this, this number 3 will go automatically up to 10, but you can lower it again if you'd like to. So let's do that just for this tutorial. Let's lower it to a 5, and let's click Done. There we go. Now, if you had gotten this ribbon out of a spool of ribbon, then obviously you wouldn't have these little white lines on it. So we're going to stretch this out just a little bit and use our marquee tool. That's right up here. When you click on the marquee tool, this little pop-up opens up. If it does not open up, simply click on Selection and it will. The shape that we're going to choose is a square. And then we're going to, if your box is checked shape proportions, uncheck it for this tutorial. We're going to use our marquee tool, just click and drag all the way to the length, not quite to the end because we want to cut that end off. Now, as you can see, this is selected, but what we really want to cut off are the edges here. So we're going to go over here to our marquee tool box and click Invert. Now, as you can see, it's selected the outside of the selection, and we're going to click Cut. And when we're done, we're going to go back here and click on our Object tool again so we have our cursor back. There we go. Let me zoom in here so you can see where it's cut off. There we go. Now let's go and add a little texture to that. So let me resize it here. There we go. So we're going to go over here to our Effects box in our Common Tasks. We're going to click on Filters. Now you can scroll up and down through the filters, or you can click the box right here to the side, which is what I like to do, and then scroll through them. Find the one that says Texture. They're all alphabetized. Texturizer. There we go. We're going to click on that. Later on, you can change the advanced options and try something else. For this tutorial, we're just going to leave it at this, and we're going to click Done. There we go. Now the ribbon's got a little texture and includes the texture on the art stroke line as well. Let's zoom in here so we can see the texture. There we go. See how the texture blends right into the line? Let's zoom back out here. And if you want to fit it to window, this little T-bar right here says zoom to whole page. You can click on that and it will move everything to the center for you to see better. There we go. Now we're going to go over here to our files section and grab our brad. And we're going to drag it up here. This brad's a little too large for this ribbon, so I'm just going to shrink it down just a little bit by grabbing the edges and sliding in. Then I'm going to make sure that my ribbon is selected. I'm going to go up to the effects box and we're going to go down to the distortion brush. We've used this before in different tutorials. So we're going to go to distortion brush, click on that. Now we want to select the shrink. As you can see, this my circle's a little large. I want to go down just a size. And I'm going to click, remember the ribbon is selected, not the brad, so that's the one that's going to go in. And just click so that it comes in naturally. There we go. And so that appears to be pulled into it. And we're going to go down here and click done. Then we're going to go back up to the touch up right here at the top, other photo repair, and once again we're going to use our dodge and burn brush. Click on that. When you go to the brush size, I like to choose a large one. And then we're going to lower the brightness down. Like I said, probably around my favorite number is 9 for this color. And we're just going to draw just with our dodge and burn brush, just a little bit to add some texture to that. Drawing out from the selection. There we go. See how already that just appears to be a little more realistic. And then we're going to go over here to our brightness and we're going to raise it to a 9. I like to do opposites. I think they tend to match really well, so we're going to make sure we get a 9. And we're going to go and lighten a little places around the edges of the ones that we just did. Make it appear a little bit more realistic. There we go. And we're going to go down here and click done. And there you go. There's a brad on a ribbon with a little bit of texture on it. And thank you for watching my video tutorial on how to create your own ribbon.